Right, oh, there you go.
Convince you to come back to the Big Bash?
Yeah, look, obviously it's been over, what, 9 years now, almost a decade. So for me, it's obviously, a big part of it was the girls here. Never see me play Big Bash, and I'm all about family, and obviously the Big Bash is all about family, and it's that time of the year as well. So, they get an opportunity to come with me after the Test series and hopefully watch some games and have some fun and bring their friends along.
And the idea that the Big Bash is kind of at a bit of a crossroads, I suppose, with all this competition from other leagues. Do you see yourself playing a role in helping the Big Bash kind of keep that place as a really competitive league around the world and growing the game?
Yeah, definitely. For me, I know it's important, and I know that Cricket Australia and all the other players and the future generation will benefit from me playing. Obviously, due to playing all three forms, it's been difficult for me to play in the Big Bash, and I've mentioned that plenty of times before. I'm almost at the back end of my career. I don't know how much time I've got left, so for me it's important to give back for the future of our game and make sure it's in a great place come the new domestic TV rights deal.
Dave, can you talk a little bit about the UAE League, and did they come to you with a pretty compelling offer, and how hard was that to kind of say no to? Yeah,
look, I think it's you've got a lot of domestic cricket that's and franchise cricket that's popping up around the world. It's going to be challenging down the line for the future, and for me it's about making sure that, as I said, our next generation of players are coming through the right paths. That's through playing cricket for Australia. Test cricket's the pinnacle, and I want kids to aspire to play Test cricket. It's important for us big guys at the top here to give back as much as we can. As I said, it is difficult for us to play in the Big Bash, obviously given the time and circumstances, but for me, I've got some time this year to do that. Yes, these franchise cricket teams do come hard at you, but at the end of the day, it's upon myself to give back and make sure that our next generation is actually following in my footsteps and the rest of the other guys.
Was it always going to be the Thunder, did you think, if you were going to get back to the Big Bash?
Yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up between the girls and myself. They like magenta, but at the end of the day, I played first with the Thunder, and it's a great fit for myself and the guys that are in that team.
David, a cricket centre like this, I mean, the game has become more and more professional. Could you even dream of something like this when you were growing up as a junior?
I was just speaking to my wife and a few of the guys here. Like, this Cricket Central facility is absolutely amazing. I know down at in Melbourne they got a cricket centre down there as well, but it's almost, if you look at the map, this is the central part of Sydney, and it's an amazing facility. I grew up in the eastern suburbs and had obviously the SCG, but this facility here is outstanding, and yeah, I wish I had this when I was younger.
What would this mean, I think, for junior cricketers? I mean, there's a buzz about the fact that I guess you'd have a feeling that you are elite to a certain extent seeing these sort of facilities.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and you still see at the back end there of the different kinds of turf wickets that they're putting in. When you do play at the highest level, you do play at different venues around Australia, and they're all different. They have their own characteristics, and it's amazing that we've got the funds to actually put those wickets in place and grow them for the next generation, and they will definitely benefit from that.
David, the last few years the Big Bash has struggled mainly because of COVID. Are you sort of the injection that can, I guess, liven it back up?
Look, I wouldn't say that. I think just for me to be a part of the Sydney Thunder team again and the Big Bash, hopefully I can, put some people bums on seats and entertain as much as I can. I'm 100% committed to playing, and I know when I first started the Big Bash, it was amazing. It was electrifying, and as I said, now my girls are well and truly interested in playing the game, and they want to see Dad play the Big Bash because they didn't know why I didn't play it. They didn't understand, but now they do. So look, it's important for me to give back.
If you're honest with yourself, is there an element of wanting to show off for your daughters as well, or is it just pure 100% professionalism? Would you want to, because they get to see Dad play on the big stage? Yeah, look, it's exciting because they're at school now, and all their school friends see them going away and on TV during the IPL and stuff, and they want to come and experience a bit of fun, and that's during the Big Bash time. That's what we're about. We're about family, and they're able to bring their friends along and have fun.
Have they talked about their own goals and dreams in terms of their cricketing careers?
Do you want to play cricket? They love, what do you love? Dancing, gymnastics, tennis, cricket? We don't like dancing. All right, well, don't say that. But look, they love it. You know, every time that we go out, whether it's the SCG, MCG, they're always out in the middle. They want to play on the centre square, but they don't understand that the curators don't like it. So now look, they well and truly love it, and they'll make up their own minds. You know, if they don't want to play cricket, they want to play something else, that's entirely up to them.
Just looking at the summer, what are you most looking forward to?
Winning. You know, first and foremost, I think the World Cup, being back here, being able to defend that is a dream. We're all excited. We've got a great bunch of guys from that World Cup. Pending selection, it could be the last time we see a lot of these players play together, and that's what's exciting. And it's going to be sad, but for us, it's just exciting to be back at home and play a home World Cup.
Dave, have you had any conversations with Thunder about the captaining?
Not as yet, no. That hasn't really been brought to the table. I think I've said plenty of times to you off the record that, you know, it's upon the board to reach out to me and open their doors, and I can sit down and have an honest conversation with them. The board has changed since back in 2018 and when all those sanctions were dealt. So yeah, it would be great to have a conversation with them and see where we're at.
Do you feel like you can play a role in mentoring some of these guys at the Thunder?
Oh, 100%. There's no reason why I can't. I've got the experience. I'm a leader in the side anyway without having a title, and that's what I'm about. I'm about giving back. So if they can pick my brains in any way, you know, my phone's always there. They've got my number and they can see me when I'm at the practice facilities.
Did you get to watch much of the England-South Africa series? Are you looking forward to facing that bowling trio later this year?
Yeah, look, it's exciting, isn't it? Bazball didn't work that test, but I don't know if you guys know, we've got Ron Ball. So obviously Andrew McDonald, we've been talking about Ron Ball, so it's going to be interesting this summer to see how that goes.
How does Ron Ball differentiate from what we've done in the past 4 or 5 years?
Well, it all started from Ron's meeting. So we have these big meetings about Ron Ball, and I'm sure he can elaborate next time he gets in front of the cameras.
And of course, we've got the draft later this month. Looking at players who have nominated themselves to the pools, anyone in particular you'd like to see come and join yourself at the Thunder?
There's a lot of world-class players in that lineup. Look, I think at the end of the day, when you've got a draft system in place, I think whoever you got is going to be exciting. I'm just excited that a lot of the players want to come back to the Big Bash and play and participate. And as Benny said before, there's a lot of franchise cricket happening around the world. It's going to be challenging this year and next year to try and get everyone to play the full quota of games, and that's just with the cards that are dealt. But you know, as I said, for us, it's focusing on trying to make sure the BBL has a big future.
Just one more question, guys.
Just looking at the future fixtures that were released in the past week, is it going to become tougher for the BBL to squeeze in a couple of windows, given, you know, in a couple of years we've got 5 tests going to be played in India in January, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a part and parcel of how the schedule is, and obviously the summer. You know, it's unfortunate that it is in that period, but it is a family period, and it is a time that where we can play that. As I said, a lot of the Australian cricket players want to play in it. It's challenging to play all 3 forms, and as you just said, the schedule looking forward the next 5 years is scary, and I'm glad I'm at the back end because it's very, very difficult. Obviously with family, a lot of the guys have young families as well. That's going to be difficult, and there's also going to be players who are going to not be able to play the series for Australia, which is going to be disappointing, but it's very difficult at this level to try and compete 80, 90 games a year. You know, you factor in 1 travel day and 1 training day, that's a lot of days of cricket. But look, there's going to be ways that they're going to try and, you know, implement things where guys can actually participate in that, and I think that's what's going to, you know, drive the future growth of the BBL.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. No worries.